Hello, family. It's Joseph Olule once again. Most welcome. Have you heard the statement, I love you? And the other one replies, I love you too? I have a question. How do you determine the magnitude of that love? I mean, how do I know how much? You see, that statement is vague. And in fact, that statement is a setup. Because what else am I supposed to say if you said to me that you love me? What else am I supposed to say apart from I love you too? But there is something that we call energy. If you're not going to marry somebody who is love energy matches yours, you are doomed. You're going to be in trouble. You will be frustrated in that marriage, in that union. I know someone is like, what do you mean by energy? Love is love. So long as somebody loves me. All right. Listen to this. You see, you always need to measure how much does the person love you. Do they love you as much as you love them? How do you determine that? For example, someone can tell you, I love you, and what they mean is the love that is equivalent to a spade. A full spade, you know, a spade. And then the one replying says, I love you too, and the love quantity they are referring to is the one equivalent to a spoon. So here we have a spade versus a spoon. Are those two things matching? No. One is bigger than the other. One is intense than the other. What am I trying to mean? You know, we as human beings, we love people who love us the way we love them. Because if there is a twist in that, we are not going to be satisfied and we shall be frustrated. We shall feel that we have been abandoned. You will get tired of giving and giving. For example, if for you, I love you means my birthday gift for you is a car. And the other person, their birthday gift for you is a shirt. Even when they can afford a car. What does that mean? Capacity. Okay, it's not that they're a bad person, but the problem here is that capacity. Now I know you're going to say, no, you're talking about material things like a car. These have nothing to do with love. No, they are expression of how much. You always need to find a measure and the quantity of that love if you're to get somebody who matches your energy. Guys, you cannot get a Mercedes Benz, okay, and you pick the engine of a Subaru and you put into a Mercedes and you think it's going to run. Or, okay, if you put them together, a Subaru is going to slow down a Mercedes because of the speed of a Subaru. But if you put a Mercedes and a Mercedes, one behind, one in front, they will catch up. There will be no problem. If you put a Subaru and a Subaru, there will be no issue there. But if you mix a Subaru and a Mercedes, speed is going to be lower. And the one in the Mercedes is going to get frustrated. No, my car, I know the potential of my car. I should have been in the destination by now. This man of Subaru is delaying me. This is what will happen in a marriage where there is the energy, love energy is not matched. Now, somebody is like, so how am I going to measure the quantity of this love? Listen, if even the love of God for humanity has a measure, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, which means they are giving us a picture of how much God loves humanity. If you're a parent and you have a son or a child, you know how much you love your child. Now imagine giving out your child to someone. What kind of love is that? Now you have a measure, isn't it? So it's the same thing here. This is a problem if you don't marry someone who matches your love energy. We are not saying that you should check they can buy for you a car if you buy for them a car. No. Look at the kind of sacrifices they make. Some people love you so much that they can actually starve for you to eat. Some people love you so much that they can actually protect you and be there for you. But some people love you so much that they can leave you in a hospital when you're sick. Some people love you so much that they can actually be comfortable to leave you with a child after you get pregnant. Some people love you so much that they can Do something small, not that very big, even when they have potential. What is the problem here? Capacity. The energy is not matched. For you, you are intense and love deeply. This is a problem, especially why even actually mostly with celebrities, because they marry, they don't pick women who match their energy by the time they are married. Because you know, when you become a celebrity, you attract fame when you are still even young, because it's a talent attracting fame. So they usually pick wrong women at that time who don't match them. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, they realize that this woman doesn't match their energy. Like they want to live a larger life and to give love at a large and a top level. But this person, honestly, they are not a bad person. They love you too, but they cannot match up to your intensity. And by the way, if someone finds out that your love is too much for them, some people know, and they sense they can't match it. They start feeling insecure. They might even start policing you around. They start suspecting you anyhow because they think you're going to. Of course, you're going to think. You will get tired. That is why you see it is common for these days for people to marry for 10 years, especially if someone married at the time when they had fame. So they had a lot of choices to make, but they didn't have this information of picking somebody who matches their energy. They notice now, you notice late after having 2, 3 children. That's why you see people are not shocked these days. People leave marriage after 3, 4 children because the energy is not there. You have energy. For you, you want to strive, you want a larger life, you want to go forward, you want getting better, improving. This person is okay, this person is settled. So long as we can pay our bills, there is no problem. You see that? Energy. Please do yourself a favor and pick somebody who matches your energy. Love and money have one thing in common: energy. I'm not talking about energy, physical energy. I'm talking about the energy that makes you power value. Because we know how wealthy you are is directly connected to your value. So the energy you pour value. If you have too much value to pour out, you also need somebody who has too much value to pour to you. If you have too much value to pour to somebody translated into love, you need someone who has the same intensity. If you get somebody who is less of that, you're going to get tired in that union, frustrated, and you're going to feel like you're always giving. And eventually, that marriage, that union will collapse. Please do yourself a favor. Do not forget to check for this. Find out. How do you find out? When you are dating. That's why in dating you can't afford distractions like sleeping with somebody before you know this. No, you can't do this. That's why you should focus. See the kind of sacrifices they make, how willing they are to do things for you. Do they wish you good? Do they want you to shine? They sharpen you up. You're trying to become good at something. They want to back it up. Some people only want you to shine when you're with them, but this one wants you to shine on stage, even when they're not there. They're just still dating you, but they are so invested in your growth that you're not even married to them yet. You're still interviewing them, but they're invested in your growth. That is the kind of love, that is the intensity that you need. Intensity always and energy has to be matched. If you get someone, you're going to frustrate the person. They are not a bad person. They just can't match your energy and intensity of love. Understand that concept. It is not always a bad person. One way the devil makes sure we don't get things that are suitable for us is by giving us a good thing. You're going to meet a good person, everything is, they are loyal, they are honest, they always keep their word, but they can't match your intensity. They can't give you back with a spade as you give them with a spade. They always give you with a spoon. And you can't tell the world because they go, what else do you want? You have a good woman at home. What else? You have a good man. What's wrong with you? You can't complain even to the world. Please do yourself a favor. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much. Cheers. See you in the next video.